Hello, welcome to Ed Media. Today, we will be predicting what will happen in the upcoming TPOT episodes, which will both be theatrical episodes. We have some info of these episodes, which leads to me having a better grasp at predicting what will happen. Also, we have continued the trend of predicting episodes on the 17, 18 and 19 margin. That's cool, except it's no longer second seasons anymore. Which would be cool like Ice Cube, but it's not. Anyways, I don't have time nor the ideas for making separate videos for each episode, so we won't be predicting each episode specifically. We will have different sections that go for either 18 or 19. So anyways, let's get started on predicting these episodes. We will be going over the plot for both episodes here, but mostly TPOT 18 because it's way harder to predict the plot of a competition episode. Anyways, TPOT 18 is confirmed to be an episode all about the contestants from the most unfunniest season of the entirety
Sorry, Mommy,
of
did I
the
do a no-no
FBI,
again?
also known as post-split. While people may be a bit confused as to why, I actually have a good idea of what this episode could entail. Keep in mind that Match and 8-Ball are currently with 3 post-splitters, so that helps us a lot. I believe the episode will begin with Fury and 8-Ball finishing up the boat and sailing off to the Pillory Ruins. I'm pretty sure next, Match will finally reunite with Bubble and Ruby, where Match could most likely spend the episode making up with Bubble and even treating Ruby better, considering she missed them a lot during the exit. I'm sure Bubble and Match will finally reconcile since the last time they left off, they never got the opportunity. They will most likely reconcile with a deep talk. This episode will most likely serve to just resolve the plot points of Match and 8-Ball but also open up a new plot. But honestly, I think for the most part, I think it'll just be filler and check up what the post-splitters are up to. But I think Gelatin and Lollipop will find out that Teardrop left to Teapot. Fury and 8-Ball arrive at the Pillory Ruins towards the end of the episode. I have one last prediction for the episode. I don't know how it'll be lead up to, but I'm sure the post-splitters are gonna head off to the Teapot area so they can help the rejoiners escape. I have no idea how that will be lead up to, but I'm sure the ones that get the idea is Gelatin and Lollipop so they can free Teardrop. Now on to TPOT 19. So, the information we have of the episode is that not only will it be dramatic, but there will also be some big changes to the game. I think I have a great idea for this. While I can't guess the exact plot, I'll try my best to get a decent estimation. 4 and X will most likely cover the elimination, but I think 2 will finally decide to get out of his bed and host. That doesn't mean he's happy, he'll most likely be a mood. Wait, it's actually crazy that 2 has not hosted a single episode in 2025. He didn't host in a single episode this year, oh my goodness. Well, I'm not complaining. Anyways, 2's coming back, but that's not exactly the big change to the game. No. I think this episode will most likely be the beginning of Merge. That's right, I think we are entering the Merge, that's the big change to the game. But, the kidnapped contestants are finally gonna enter 4's exit and find out what's the deal with the cage. I think 3 will finally be unleashed. And 1's plan will fully commence. I think this is the episode where the whole cast finally learns about 1, including 2 as well. We have one final plot point to go through. We still have the leftover story from last episode. I don't think there will be a post-split debut. Rather, I think the post-splitters are gonna help the rejoiners escape. Therefore I predict the rejoin will happen on this episode. That's mostly what I predict for the plot. Last episode, Bagged and Team 2 were up for elimination, so let's predict who gets out of the game. First up is Bagged. I think the votes will be a little close in the bottom 3, but first let's go over the first contestant safe. I think the first contestant safe with the most votes is Pen. Not only is he a fan favorite, but he had a major role as he had a huge part in the challenge and he had that talk with Pencil. I predict the second contestant safe is Bottle simply because Bottle is less loved than Pen, but she also had a huge role in the episode as the host, so she'll have a huge amount of votes. Now on to the bottom 3, which I predict will be about 2,000 votes close. But I think the third contestant safe is Lai. She probably has the debut sympathy votes despite having a small role last episode, but I think she can make it out. Now on to the bottom 2, Tennis Ball and TV. I think the last contestant safe is Tennis Ball because he's fucking Tennis Ball. He's loved by the general audience, so he'll most likely survive against TV. Sure, TV usually gets a lot of votes, but with the cast getting smaller, characters like him are starting to lose votes compared to the ones actually getting a role. Yeah, sure, he had a significant role last episode as a villain, but I still predict he's gonna get eliminated because the general audience is still pretty young, and they would not want to save a villain. Now on to the next team, Team 2. Only 4 contestants up for voting on this team, so I think the votes will be spread more far apart, so let's get predicting. I think the first contestant safe will be Book, and by a wide margin. She was clearly the one that got the most development in the team since she stood up to Pencil and fought with her. Pencil has been getting lots of attention, so this most likely put Book in the spotlight and will get her lots of votes. I'm predicting maybe 40,000 votes, or maybe even higher. I predict the second contestant safe is Price Tag. Not only do they still get debut sympathy votes, but also, they got lots of attention as well. They and Winner finally begin interacting as TPOT newbies and both had a great dynamic and friendship together. Heck, this even helped my opinion on them. Price Tag moving up my tier list for real. Their friendship with Winner was great to see and most likely added votes to them from Winner fans and the general audience as well, who usually vote for nice and likable characters. Now it's down to the bottom 2, Snowball and Grassy. From what I've seen, they both share fans. If someone's a fan of Grassy, they are more than likely a fan of Snowball, honestly a guaranteed chance, and it's likewise for a Snowball fan most likely being a fan of Grassy as well. So they both share a fanbase, meaning they both share votes, leading them to receive less votes. But I think the contestant getting eliminated is Grassy. He received the least attention out of the team and was the most forgettable one in the team. I think Snowball will be the last one safe because he had a significant role with Pen and in the challenge, so Pen fans might select Snowball over Grassy. So I predict TV and Grassy will get eliminated. Instead of a post-split contestant debut, I think it will be a rejoin instead. I think the rejoin plot will be set up with the post-splitters. I'm not sure if it's Match or 8-Ball that inform Gelatin and Lollipop that Teardrop is stuck in the rejoin area, or if it's even a new post-splitter, but I'm sure they will be informed. Heck, it could even be by 4. Or maybe they don't know and are just curious about where 4 and X are. They will use Fury's boat to travel to the TPOT area. Once there, they will find a way to help the rejoiners escape. I'm not sure if they'll stick around or go back to the Pillory Ruins, but all I'm for sure on is the rejoiners demanding a rejoin. But how will the post-splitters help? Well, maybe Match and 8-Ball help them. Since they have experience of escaping places, they use that knowledge with Inside 2 and opening the door from probably another side. Or maybe the door opens up to the Algebralian world and the post-splitters actually go inside 4 to get the rejoiners out. I think this is the episode where the kidnapped contestants play their role in the story. Once Purple Face opens the door from the other side, the group will be led by 6 to 3's cage. They will have to find the key that unlocks the cage, or maybe 6 has it. Actually, I think they'll have to find it. Once they unleash 3, I think he'll be bad news, but they'll think he can help. Once the job is done, maybe they reunite with the rejoiners and are eligible for the rejoin. As for Gaty, I think she'll also appear finally. She'll be found. I'm not sure how, maybe she catches up to the kidnapped contestants, and she'll be eligible for the rejoin as well. 6 will most likely end up with 4 and X and maybe serve as a co-host for the time being. One will have a major role this episode. With 3 being unleashed, 1 will finally reveal herself to the whole cast, including 2, who will remember her. 4 and X will as well and will be scared by 1. Fanny will most likely confide in Golf Ball and Donut to confront her. I'm not sure how that will turn out, but maybe 1 won't pay attention to them. Or maybe Fanny will inform everyone about what 1 has done so far. Anyways, with 3 being unleashed, 1 will either team up with him, or they'll pretend that he's against her. I'm not exactly sure what she'll do after all that, but I'm pretty sure she tells 2 that she kidnapped Gaty. I think her deals will also pay off here. Some contestants will have to accomplish some of her requests out of the deal. Other than that, I have no idea what she's gonna do. The final 15, along with the info we have telling us that big changes to the game are coming, I think it's merge time. Does that mean double eliminations will go away? No, it does not. There is no reason for double eliminations to leave for merge, it will stay until the end of the season. At first, I thought that with such a huge number at merge, instead of winning immunity, they'll do the points phase from the first season, but then I remembered that there's gonna be double eliminations. So I think there'll be about 6 immunity spots with the rest being up for elimination, and the 2 with the least votes gets out. That also opens the door for possible alliances. For one, golf ball and tennis ball will finally reunite, and maybe they'll recruit Donut into their alliance. Snowball probably makes like a strong person alliance and recruits Pen, Lai, and Bottle. Also, this will be Pencil's first time being in merge without an alliance. She'll most likely play a villain role in merge and is definitely safe. There's also the Death Pact. I'm 1000% sure they'll remain in alliance and stick together in the merge. Speaking of Death Pact, what will Tree's token do? Well, for one, I was thinking Marker might betray Tree and not give it to him, but Marker has been talking about trust a lot, so that's not gonna happen. He will definitely give it back to him. Now let's talk about its function. Since this is a token we have never seen before, it can't be a token that functions similar to previous ones. So, it doesn't double votes, nor does it force someone to switch to your team or alliance in this case. I think this token grants immunity even if you lose a challenge, but that's my best guess. Also, I'm sure other players will get the chance to receive one. I'm sure Pencil will get one if that's the case. And those are all the predictions I have for these episodes. I am very excited for these episodes and I hope at least some of my predictions come true. What predictions do you have? Comment them below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe por favor. Goodbye.